If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I post a new Tom Brady video every day.
Well, Tom Brady is now on a team with some offensive line problems, like what Aaron Rodgers and especially Mahomes had last year in the playoffs. He's missing 2 or 3 of his best pass catchers. He's in the same boat as everyone else now. And we'll see if he's still as, better than everyone else when he only has as much as they do and not much more.
Max fell for banana in a tailpipe. Fell for it.
In the NFC, the Rams and Bucs clashing on Sunday. In Week 3, they went head-to-head. Matthew Stafford out-dueling Tom Brady, throwing for 4 touchdowns, no picks, as the Rams beat the Bucs by 10.
They can beat Tom Brady and the Bucs if Matt Stafford is efficient. But if you look at how they played him in that Week 3 matchup, Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford, they went empty. They spreaded this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense out. If you remember, the Bucs secondary was a little bit beat up. And so they spreaded those guys out and just let the receivers do their concepts and get the ball out fast. I think that's probably going to continue to be the game plan unless the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Todd Bowles can, send some pressure to get the ball out of his hands. But guess what? Matthew Stafford is excellent against the blitz because you have a guy like Cooper Kupp. So to answer your question, absolutely, they can beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I would argue that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was even more healthy in Week 3 when they got beat by 10 points by the Rams. So this game is going to be a tough order for Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, especially the Buccaneers defense trying to guard these guys, man, because they have weapons everywhere. The only way I see the Rams losing this game is if Matthew Stafford has a Detroit Lions Matthew Stafford game.
Trust or bust, the Rams-Bucs playoff game will be a repeat of what happened in Week 3 of the regular season.
Oh, man, I trust this, but my concern is this, Akeem. The quarterback, Matthew Stafford, has to play like he did last week. We can't have a situation where he's out there throwing the ball over the yard, the no-look pick sixes, and the silly turnovers. He has to play last week. And the big thing about last week is he only threw the ball 17 times. They leaned on the rushing game. They had 38 rushing attempts, which is their highest of the season. The problem, of course, is that Todd Bowles' defense doesn't allow teams to run that well.
And the Bucs haven't been great rushing the passer this year either.
Has Tom Brady, the GOAT, he has so many rings, not even enough fingers, well, he does, but has Brady won his last Super Bowl?
I think so. It's not because it's Tom. It's because of everything surrounding Tom and everything coming his way. The Rams are going to be a better football team. They probably most likely go out and beat Tampa Bay again this week. I know Jeff Saturday doesn't feel that way, and neither does Stephen A, because they so caught up in it being Tom Brady. I understand it. I'm talking about the team is the aspect of it.
I still don't trust Matthew Stafford in a playoff game. I know he finally broke through and won one last night. I think it was the equivalent of Tampa beating Philadelphia. I think it was pretty easy, maybe too easy. And ultimately, this game will come down to, will Brady make that one throw, or will Matt Stafford make that one throw, or one big mistake? My money's on Brady. You can have Matt Stafford all day and all night, and good luck.
Well, Skip, it'd be hard to pick against Brady making a mistake, because generally over the course of his career in playoff moments, he has not made a lot of mistakes. You probably have to go once every 6 or 7 games to find him that make a mistake that costs his team, considering he's only lost 11 playoff games in his illustrious 22-year career, lets you know he doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes. He's normally not the reason why they lose a game. They've lost, obviously, 11 playoff losses. But for the most part, he's not the reason why they lose. Yes, he's made a mistake. They've gotten picked off. But I'm with you on that one. I'm not betting no money that says, you know what, it's going to be Tom Brady that makes the mistake that cost his team the game. It could happen. Yeah. But that would shock a lot of people if it did happen.
If we've seen where Tom Brady's faltered in the playoffs, it's getting pressure, getting hits on him. And that's the reality of the last time these two teams played. They got a lot of pressure on Tom Brady. He was sacked, I believe, 3 times. And that's what you're expecting if Tristan Wirfs can't go.
Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. Because when Tom Brady starts seeing ghosts, you got problems. And we've seen it before in his career. He's the greatest of all time. He really is. He's the best quarterback who's ever played. Some people will say he's the best football player ever played. But Brady made a good point. When he starts seeing those ghosts, and I'm talking about bodies coming around him, he starts doing his ducking. You saw a little bit of it on that highlight. Then you have issues. So I'm with you, Brady. If they can't protect on this defensive line, that's going to be a problem all game long. And it's not just Donald. Von Miller's starting to play like Von Miller again.
What, 6 sacks last 6 games?
Yeah. And so Leonard Floyd can rush the passer. And so Gaines is good on the interior. Yeah. They can get after it. And I think that's going to be a problem for Tom Brady. I really do.
To me, Rams are by far the scariest team in the NFC because we saw firsthand when the Rams fully activate, which they finally did, all of a sudden, it does not appear that they can be beat. Or they will be a very, very, very tough out.
And if they can't run the football, that's when they're going to be in a world of hurt, because I don't think the secondary for the Bucs is going to be able to hang with the passing attack the way they're operating right now. Matt Stafford's got a lot of momentum, a lot of confidence the way they're playing.
So, Shannon, after what you saw last night, will Odell and the Rams beat Tom Brady and the Bucs in the divisional round next weekend? What a matchup.
I believe they will. I think this was the week 2 matchup, and we saw what Stafford did when they were in SoFi.
I think the Rams outright. Rams win the game.
You know, it's funny. The Rams right now, the way they've played to finish the season, even though they lost Week 18, they have that feeling of what the Bucs were last year. That talented team who got hot at the end and rolled it all on the roll. Basically, besides one game, but for the Bucs, they were on the road. But for this case, it'd be the Rams on the road from here on out. They kind of remind me of that Bucs team last year, though, and the feeling of it. I'm on the other side, though. I'm gonna lay the 3 points here with the Bucs. It's Tom Brady, and I have a hard time ever.
It's hard to pick against them.
Brady.
It's hard to pick against them.
Despite some of the issues they're dealing with offensively, everything else, I'm not betting against Brady.
The remaining superstar wide receiver that Tom Brady's got is Mike Evans. Jalen Ramsey hadn't been traveling all over the place, but it's having Jalen Ramsey out there is a perfect antidote to Mike Evans, unless you just want to move him all over the different all over the formations.
Okay, you're already on the record. The Rams are going to pull this off.
I'm picking. Yeah, Skip. I picked the Rams. I told you. Now, I would have liked it better had the Rams lost the first time, because I don't like teams that beat the team the first time, kind of like Georgia, Alabama, Skip, because the team that lost the game, Skip, we can go back and look at the reasons why we lost the game, where the team that won says they're not looking at some of the things that could have tripped them up. They're just looking at, we won, and look at what we did. But I'm gonna have faith in Sean McVay. I'm gonna have faith in Matthew Stafford that they get it done.
This is a game where we have seen Sean McVay, coach of his team. They match up well against the Bucs. I like the Rams to win. Certainly, there is a pretty large maybe a larger than normal public sentiment on Matthew Stafford and the Rams because of the losses that Tampa Bay's dealt with in terms of injuries.
That's it for this video. I post a new Tom Brady video every day, so please like and subscribe. That way you'll always have a new Tom Brady video to watch every single day.